This is the time of the day when we get to know what's happening in the country. Mugagwira, I'm joined by Pamela Isamat at Chom. Yesterday, the president spoke to us.
Yeah.
He talked about fuel, he talked about tax cuts, electric trains, to mention but a few. He also talked about children to be vaccinated during holiday time.
Yeah.
And among many other things, we'll be giving you a full detailed report on that one. And then, of course, we also have a woman who has been jailed for criminal trespass after attempting to plant charms at the Chief Justice's home. One of Uganda.
Alfonso Winyidolo, Chief Justice, the head of judiciary in Uganda.
So she had gone to plant what?
Entered the house.
Charms,
Hey,
Charms is like a gigolo.
Hey.
Jabara ring.
Hey.
This is Galaxy. The news starts now.
Aya.
Tutandike naye agenza ojjabala Chief Justice ne bamukwata.
Yeah.
First of all, how did she get past the security and into the gate?
No, this is actually a residence of the Chief Justice in northern Uganda. It is in northern Uganda in East Acholi, and it is Agago district. So the Chief Justice is constructing his residence there, another house of his that will be maybe his retirement home. So this woman is called Lillian Abalo Ongom. On Monday, she went to his home with a plastic bottle and she started planting things. So in the process, she was realized by some of the builders and a few people around who came and picked her up and asked her, "What are you doing?"
And then what did she say?
So the woman said she's trying to plant some things because she has been in disagreement with the Chief Justice.
Oh, she confessed
She's
to
actually,
that?
yes, she's a sister-in-law to the Chief Justice. But they have, according to her, she says they have not been talking since 2012. So she decided to plant some stuff so that they can start talking. According to her, that is her charm.
Sister-in-law. Maybe something happened.
Yeah. Probably.
With a sister-in-law,
yeah.
eh? I thought those in-laws, you see. Anyway, let's talk about the president's speech yesterday. Among many other things, he talked about fuel, he talked about Oksale Misoro, and electric trains.
Now, of course, people were thinking there's going to be hope since after a long time the president came up and said, I'm talking about current affairs.
Yes.
But there is no hope for fuel. There is no hope for tax cuts. There is no hope for subsidies. There's just no hope in that direction because people have been still asking,
Watagwan.
This cut core fuel, let fuel at least be affordable so that other things don't get high.
It's a free economy.
So
it's impossible.
In his address yesterday, he said instead of the government focusing on cutting taxes for some products or offering subsidies or even cutting on fuel, it is better for us to invest in bigger projects and long-term projects, like for instance plant palm oil, ensure the electric trains and buses, because that is the future. Because he's saying the future of the world is not now fuel. People are getting away from fossil fuel and they're getting into like electric trains, things that don't have to do with fuel, basically.
Which will come to Uganda in like 2050.
The war starts in Ukraine. Russia is one of the big producers of oil. Now the Europeans, in their wars with Russia, they say, we embargo Russian oil. The price really went up. So, for one of Uganda, we tulaba a bay yamufuta elinye bweti ensibuko yekizibu okusoka linya. Apart from the climate change which affected fuel, then the war to us, and then the fuel is the one which goes into all other products because we are transporting matoke using petrol or diesel. So you find matoke also becomes expensive because the carrier is expensive.
Buli omu akwate ku munnamu weewete mu mugongo. Amugambe mukwano. Guma.
Yeah, because he's saying we don't want to give people mixed reactions.
Yes.
To cool prices of everything. People think that everything is normal, yet it's a global problem.
Here's the thing, it's a global problem, but the issue with it, we don't know how long it's going to last. You know what I mean? So it's extremely difficult to plan for.
That's exactly why the president is saying let's plan long term, because if we are planning short term, cutting and all that is not going to last. So let's think in the direction of electric trains.
But I also want to think at some point some of these stations are also using it in get food joy. Man, there's a way fuel is going up on a daily.
Yeah.
On a daily. It used to take like at least a couple of days, 1 to 3, 4 days. Like it goes up by Friday. When this entire quagmire had started.
Yeah.
Naked on a daily.
Now, I think the problem is there's scarcity, general scarcity.
Yeah.
Yeah, globally. Then on top of that, there's high demand. So at the end of the day,
Is that
if
really
you are
high
not-
demand?
Yes, there's high demand.
Of fuel.
Yes.
Emotoka nga nti ni kubbala.
Akati now you're narrowing it down only to Uganda. Demand is global. Yeah? And people are looking for. You saw recently Joe Biden had to go to Saudi Arabia
To beg for fuel,
Yes,
eh?
to beg for fuel. So there is a real high demand. Yeah?
You know, we used to study things when we were still in high school. Semani economic depression and whatnot, and they used to look like mysteries.
Yeah, like you're doing history.
Whoever said that history repeats itself. Yali mulogo wa ddala.
It does.
Nga tuvudde eyo, the president also talked about the children to be vaccinated during holidays.
Yeah.
Have holidays begun?
Oh, no, holidays, I
Some
think,
of them are
around
broken off.
12th of August next month.
There are some schools I know that are
Are
broken
you
off for
serious? Maybe those are
holidays.
international schools.
Eh.
Yeah, those
Because
are
they are
international.
not schools in Uganda.
They are not in Uganda.
They are
They're
in a
not
different-
part of the UNEP system.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think schools are breaking off around August, around August 12th, between 10th to 12th. That's when they are breaking off. And the president says that they are going to initiate the program of vaccination. He was actually saying, here, my bazukulu are not happy with the fact that kids are supposed to be vaccinated between 12 to 17. But he says that program is going to go on. And children between 12 to 17 years will be vaccinated. But the good thing is it's not mandatory.
All right.
The parent has to consent to it and say, it's okay, I want my kid to be vaccinated, and they'll be vaccinated.
Gano ge gagwirawo bino bye bifa mu ggwanga nga tuvuddeyo prime minister agambye nti buli bodaboda yonna etali mpandiise egenda kugibwa mu kibuga. All unregistered bodabodas to be, mark
Flushed
my
out.
word, flash. Do you know what flashing means?
Hey,
You know, like you flash stuff down the toilet. It goes down into the pit.
Yeah.
So the bodabodas that are not registered
Yeah.
are going to be flushed out of Kampala.
Actually,
When?
there has been a lot of hula balo from Boda. Some of them are saying, until Museveni comes out and speaks, Museveni spoke yesterday, he did talk about
The
Boda.
bodabodas, yeah.
But Prime Minister for Transport and Works, that is Katumba Wamala, met the section of Boda leaders. And they were telling them, just go ahead and register.
Yes.
First of all, disregard all these other things of cutting down 7,000 and all that. She's saying the most important right now
is first registering.
yeah, go and register, because for us we are on that program of registering. If you don't, we shall flush you
When?
out. She's
When is
there
the
speaking
deadline?
about it.
This is Galaxy.
ekirungi mwagala temukola ki tuze kubabuulira bubuulizi tetuze nti musalewo tuze kubabuulira nti tugenda kukikola baligestalinge mangu abanaaligestalinga baligestalinge abataligestalize we are flashing them out of the city tugenda bajjamu ate mumanyi capacity NRM Zzina tugenda bajjamu kifuba so mufune identity cards ezina security features ezitali easily forged nga government ya NRM bagambe tusigaza no center kasanvu mwe mumanyi bamunakola ringi zamu wano waliwo 50 wano waliwo 2 wano waliwo 10 naye ekibuga kino okubeera nga kibuga accident zikoze eki zisusa.
Wow. Omuzinyi gwatuliza saa zino, what do you think? Mumuwulire, that was Katumba Wamala.
No, that
That
is
was,
the Prime Minister,
the
Robin
Prime Minister,
Anabanja.
Robin.
Yes.
Robin Anabanja muwulidde Prime Minister agambye nti nno ekisookera ddala boda muziwandiise. Bwe muba nga temuziwandiisizza ekibiina ekiri mu ntebe ekya NRM kirina obusobozi. It has the capacity.
Yeah.
That's what she
because-
said.
Yes.
To flash you guys out.
Exactly.
Kunoti musanvu munoti bbiri endowooza yo after the bulletin. But even before that, guys, we also want to tell you about the story of Umeme and police as they stormed Machindye Katwe and arrested one who was in charge of vandalizing electricity equipment.
Yeah, Umeme is currently on that exercise in Kampala Metropolitan. Kubanga abantu babba power, and they're also stealing electrical equipment. So there's an operation ongoing. There's one that took place with Katwe police. Ndeva Najana Nkumbi, they arrested one, and they also found so many things vandalized: 37 angle lines, 5 metallic poles, and channel platforms also. And then the batteries and insulators, they were discovered at a home of one man identified as Haj Sad. Sewanyina in Najana Nkumbi. Another operation happened at Kawempe and Kasangati yesterday, and they also they arrested one person. These things were at the premises of one person, and there were many insulators, wires, and I don't know how people get these things.
I know exactly. Guys, that's all we had today. You can come into our inboxes in case you do want to know more. Pamela Isamat Jadi. She's, I was about to say you're single, but I take it back in God's name. But anyway, guys, drop your comment on our YouTube, Galaxy FM/TV. But for now, twagala manyandoza yo. Prime Minister yagogedde ebigambo bino wammanga about borders being flushed out of the city. Wezibanga tezeewandikisiza
ino okuteekawo ekirungi mwagala temukola ki tuze kubabuulira bubuulizi tetuze nti musalewo tuze kubabuulira nti tugenda kukikola baligestalinge mangu abanaaligestalinga baligestalinge abataligesitalize we are flashing them out of the city tugenda bajjamu ate mumanyi capacity NRM Zzina tugenda bajjamu kifuba so mufune identity cards Zzina security features ezitali easily forged nga government ya NRM bagambe tusigaza noseta kasanvu mwe mumanyi bwe munaakola ringizamu wano waliwo 50 wano waliwo wano waliwo 10 naye ekibuga kirina okubeera nga kibuga accident zikoze eki zisusse
awo nyine mutubuuliza ku noti musanvu munoti bbiri gwe kikyolowooza Galaxy
Mr. Henry gyebala emirimu gwebala okuweereza
amina
gwebala okutambuza ekintu
weewaawo
emirimu tugisiima bambe
amina
Mr. Henry yenamba gye musindikidde waggulu mu message ebadde erabike
kanzije Galaxy
kyebalina okukola bodaboda era balina oziwandiisa obumenyi bw'amateeka n'okubba bodaboda zirekerawo okubbibwa kubanga naye baali omusajja baali baagala mubbako piki twali tugenda kabalagala ekiro saawa nga 5:30 ne batusanga awo ku ssaawa ya Queen ne baagala okumukuba amayinja era Mukama yatuyamba buyambi ne tugenda naye nga kyekyo kye balina okukola
Galaxy, what do you think?
Yo, Mr. Henry, obale kutuweereza.
Yeah, man.
Gambota Mr. Nkonkokono, Mr. Mini ndi wano muyenga. Mwana abakyali tekyalina kyabakolera kati omulabo yonna bbanja. Yali bulungi. Tamanyi bodaboda yeriisa abantu ameka naye osobola okulaba eyo bodaboda emu ngeriisa abantu nga 5 omwakera kumakya n'agivuga omugagga nnyini yo kwali ate watuuka n'agiwa munneekiro ne n'agivuga famire n'erya naye kati bo eyo tabimanyi Uganda obeganye bagitunde buli omu bamuwe ssente ze ono Mr. Mini ndi wano muyenga
Galaxy
Muganda wange Henry kyekiriwo webale kuweereza ndabira Pamela anti muganda wange abasajja baagala kimu kwabuwaza buli munnayuganda gwe kyoba omanya era Kyagulanyi tugaba buli omu yeebereremu
Galaxy
Mr. Henry bango likira layi walayi emista kayagede gye kiri nnyo boda omuntu bino byera kambuse abazinyi mwonna obanga tujja ku boda olina agamba baga ngiteke mu maaso tokkirizanga avuga agisokola babuusiza walayi
Galaxy
mwana nkoko webale kuweereza mpita gavi ndi wano Kasangati
yeah man
kati babagoba bo babagoba nga babagamba babalaga tebaagala kumanya kati mwana be bagoba bo baagala buzuza liyewa akawogo bakajjewa naye mwana abalasita abo abali waggulu eyo kirabika bo tebaataawako bo tebamanyi ennaku ne basalawo baba basazeewo mwana agetewesi mwana tweyiye bijobu birala nnyo
Chikumi kamuze biri Galaxy FM kuuli. She has said ebyokuzikendeeza tusooke tubireke. But most importantly, first what?
First register.
First register.
I think also at the end of that bite she talked about the numbers. Nagamanti, we want to keep 7,000 numbers. Like you have to just meet up like you guys and decide who will stay and who will not, but that is the number.
You never was on Gabidi Pisatu Pamela before I let you go. When is the registration starting? Number 1, and then number 2, where? Abagara kalu kugenda okwewandikisa bewandikisewa.
Now the registration was supposed to have started because it was announced 6 months ago. So this is the deadline time. We're supposed to have said like 6 months ago by today they should have already finalized. But the registration now is ongoing. I don't know what exact time frame they're going to give them between now and when they want to end it. But this time is the time that KCCA is supposed to be capturing people's borders who are not registered.
This is Galaxy. Drop your comment on our YouTube, Galaxy FM/TV. Pam will be back here later on in the day. My name is Mr. Henry. Wobogina ichintu chonna ngachikute squeeze chali wange. Do feel free to reach out on 0707102102. He's One Republic. The name of this one is Good Life.